Hi, this is the foundation tutorial for LibreOffice Calc in which you would learn everything about it from very beginning. So once you have installed LibreOffice Calc, all you have to do is just either create a new document in LibreOffice Calc, or you can open an existing document, which would be either, let's say, Excel file or CSV file, or the document in its native format. So for example, if you go to file, new, text document, so here you have to go to spreadsheet because Calc works with spreadsheets. So this has created a new spreadsheet document, and if you'll save it, then you can choose your desired location where you want to save the document, and then choose the name that you want to save the file as. And then important thing is what would be the format of the document that you would want to save. So for example, if you want the default LibreOffice Calc format, it would be ODS or ODF spreadsheet. And let's say if you want to make it compatible with Excel, then you can save the file as XLSX as well, which is these days the default extension of Excel documents. So let's for now save it as ODS file. So it would be saved as hello.ods. So save it, and you have managed to save the file as the ODS file. Now let's say if you want to save this file as Excel file, then you can also do it. So you just go to save as, and there you can keep the name as it is, because since the extension would be different, they can have the same name. So here you can just choose XLSX, and yeah, you can save the file. And now interesting. Okay, let's save it as hello1.xlsx. You just have to also type xlsx because it is not taking the document. Automatic file extension, you have to choose this automatic file name extension as well. So let's try doing that. Now it has taken that extension by itself. Ideally it should have been checked, but yeah, if you want to save this as, let's say, ODS file, then now since we have chosen this option, automatic file name extension, it will add that extension automatically. By default it is there in most of the softwares, but somehow they have made it optional for you. So in case you don't have this selected, then you can just manually type the extension. So let's say hello1.ods, and now you can save the file. In case you want to save this document as a password protected document, then you can also do it. You can just enter a unique file name, and then choose the option or select the option save with password. So when you will click on save, then it will just show you this window where you can enter the password for the document, and then you have to enter the password twice, and then click on OK. Now whenever you will try to open this file, this will ask for a password. Similarly, if you want to open any document which is a spreadsheet document, then you can just go to file and then click on open. Locate the file wherever it is. So let's say we want to open this hello.xls file. So click on open, and then the document will open. So now as you can see over here, hello.xlsx has opened. Now we want to add data to it. So for example, we have this sample data. So we have serial number, then we have name, and then we have location, then we have country, which would be, let's say, same as this one, and then employer ID would be some random numbers. So now we have a table with these data points. So let's say if you want to format it, so right now as you could see that it looked ugly and we want to make it a little tidy. So for example, if let's say we would want to center the contents of it, so here you can see this button which is align center. So by clicking on it, you will be able to align the data. So now it looks a little better. Now let's say you want to make it a heading, and heading typically is bold and has some background. So you can just click on this down arrow to make it a little gray so that it looks nice. And then let's say you want to add borders to this, you can do that by going here, and here you can see we have borders. So click on it and then you will see this outer border and all inner lines. So if you select it, then you will find this border is added to the table. So now this is looking like a proper table that you typically would like to have or you typically see. Now as you can see, we have this data which seems to be duplicate of this one. So we would like to delete this data or delete this column. So just click on this C. So when you click on top, it basically selects the entire column, and if you will click over here, then it will select the entire row. So if you'll click on it and then right click on your mouse, and then you can select this option which is delete columns. So click on it and that column will be removed. So now we are left with a unique data. So in a typical table, we don't like to have duplicate columns or rows. There could be some cells which would have duplicate data, but it is fine as long as they represent unique data points across the row or column. So over here, let's say we want to make some changes to this existing cell. So double click on it and then you will be able to type over here. So let's say you want to make it North Korea. So yeah, very easy, just double click on a cell and then you will be able to make changes. So either you can use your keyboard to navigate by using the arrow keys, or you can just use your mouse. Now let's say if you want to highlight a particular row, you can select it using your mouse and then you can go over here and choose a color with which you want to highlight it. So let's say we have chosen this color and now it is a little highlighted. If you want to change some other color, you can do that as well. Now let's say if you want to change the color of the text, then you can just select the text or cells and then choose the color that you want for the text. So let's say we want to make it red. So now we can see that the selected text is now red in color. You can select again to change the color of this. Let's say you want to make it green. Now it is green. Let's say you want to delete a row. So then you just go here where the numbers are written. So right click and then click on delete rows, and that particular row is deleted. You can go to edit and then undo to undo the change that you made. And then let's say if you want to add a row in between, so you will have when you will go over here and right click, then you will be shown various options. You can choose, let's say, insert rows above, which basically insert a row above the selection, or you can just select insert rows below. In this case it will be added below the data row. And if you want to delete this row, then you just right click and select delete rows, and then again right click and delete rows. So this is how you add or delete rows. Similarly you do it with columns as well. If you will right click, then you will see before or after for inserting the columns. Now let's say if you want to filter this data. So for that, first of all, just select the data. So for selecting data, you just go to the initial cell and then drag it until here, and then go to tools. What do we see? Do we see a filter option? No. Then go to data. Here we see this option called auto filter. So click on it and you will be seeing this these down arrows. So basically now it has added a feature for filtering the data. So it will, if you click on the down arrow, you'll be shown all the unique values. So you can, let's say, unselect or deselect that, and then you can select the values that you want to see in the table. So select the values and then click on OK, and you will be shown the selected values only. If you want to further filter it, then you can do that for different columns. So let's say here we are seeing only 4 active selections because rest are filtered out by this particular filter or column. So let's say we want only two values, North Korea and US. So click on OK, and then those not selected values will also be removed from the table, at least in the view. And then yeah, this is the data that you have. Now if you want to remove the filter, you can just go to data and then click on auto filter again to remove the filter from the selected data or table. So this is how you filter values in LibreOffice Calc. Now let's say if you want to create a pivot table, then what you have to do is just go to insert and then go to pivot table, and there you will see various options: named range, current selection, and then data source registered in calc. You can choose the current selection because we already have selected the data. If there is huge amount of data, then maybe it is not possible to select the data. In that case, you'll be choosing the first option, which is named range. So over here we are through, so we can just click on current selection, which is automatically done by calc. So here we are seeing all 4 columns. So let's say we want to summarize the data by name, so you just drag it from there to here, and then let's say we want to summarize the data and put the values of EID in front of each of the unique names. So just drag it towards here and then click on OK. A new worksheet will open with the data, which basically would sum up for all the unique values. So here we are having these values. Now we are seeing that we have let's say 342 for Gaurav. Is it the same as that? Yes, it is. Now let's say we want to add one more Gaurav to this, and this would be, let's say, USA, but the value would be 230. So now if you will try to update this data, then for that you first of all try doing refresh, but it won't work, right? So the issue is that we have to expand the current selection, and for that you have to go to properties, go to this option, and here change the selection. So remove the old selection and then go to the sheet again and select the data. Now click on OK. Now is the data refreshed? It is. So now as you can see, it is 572. Earlier it was only 342. If you will further change it to, let's say, 300, so it should be 642. But if you will try to refresh this, now it has become 642. So this is how you basically create a pivot table and make changes to it. And let's say here this is unformatted, and you would want the data to be in this format. So easy way is to copy the formatting of this. So you just select the data, and then here we have this clone formatting. So click on it and then just paste it here. So you are able to copy the formatting and it looks the same as this one. Let's say if you want to copy the formatting of this one, then select it and then go to clone formatting and then click here, and the formatting would be copied over here as well. You can do undo or redo using this. So let's say if you would want to undo the copy formatting, then yeah, the formatting is removed, and if you want to redo it, then you can click on it and then it will be done. If you want to change the alignments, then you can just select the data and either you can choose to align it towards left or center or right. So we just like to have it in center alignment, so we can choose that. You can also sort the data in ascending order, descending order using this. So let's say if you want to sort the data like this, it is just showing you, extend the selection, because if you won't, then this data would be mixed up. So you have to always extend the selection and then sort it. Let's say you have few cells and you would like to merge them, then you can just select the cells which you want to merge and then you can select this option which is merge cells. So then you can see that cells are merged. If you want to unmerge them, then you can click on unmerge cells and all those cells will be broken down. Let's say you want to make all of these italic, then you can just click on italic and all the data will be made in italic. And if you want to underline the data points, you can do that as well by clicking on it, and you can see that all the data is now underlined. And if you want to, let's say, undo it, either you can undo it using this, or you can just select the cells and then click on underline again to remove the underline, and then click on I or italic again, and that will return to its normal state. Let's say you want to print this data, then select the data that you want to print and then go to file, and there you will see various options. So go to print preview to see how the printout would look like. You can see that we have this view which looks fine, and if you want to close this preview, then click on this cross and then the preview would be closed. Now again select the data and go to file and then click on print to actually print the document. So here you can see various options. So we can see the printer that is there. You will have to add the printer in case your printer is not showing over here, and you have to select what all pages you want to print, how many copies you want to print, and then so here you will see various options. So we can see we have three options over here: print all sheets, print selected sheets, or print selected cells. So since we had selected the data already, you can select the selected cells and then all pages, and then you can just print it out to see how the printout would look like. And maybe if you really want to see how the printout would actually look like, you can instead save the file as PDF first and then save it. So now the PDF is saved. So this is how the PDF looks like. So this is how the actual print would also look like when you will print it out using your printer. If you wish to insert images to your Excel sheet, then you can go to insert an image, then you will be able to insert images. If you want to add new worksheets to the document, then you can click on this plus button and then new worksheets will be added to the file, and then you can click on any of these to find the data in that particular new or other worksheet.
Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you didn't, then leave a comment so that we can improve it further. Do watch these suggested tutorials to learn even more. and do let us know what you want to learn on Being Skilled.